What's going on, guys? So every time we hear a new Dolce&Gabbana The One release, everybody gets really excited because it's one of the most beloved fragrances out there when it comes to designers. The One vibe with that dried fruits, ambery tobacco is very loved in the fragrance community. So every time we hear a new one, we get really curious about it, especially when it's one of the exclusive collections. Today we're going to talk about the third iteration. We had Royal Night, we had Mysterious Night, and today we're talking about the new limited edition Luminous Night. If you guys want to know all about Luminous Night, it's coming up right now. Welcome back to another video. Max Forti. Today we're talking about Luminous Night, another The One iteration of the exclusive fragrances from the Middle East / Europe. Not very easy to come by and quite pricey. We're talking about $112 USD plus shipping. So $150, $160 give or take USD to get it here in US. Not available. Fingers crossed that soon enough this will hit the counters. Fragranceaficionado, I'm looking at you, so that we can, get this fragrance, number one, readily available, and number two, with a better price point. But conversation for a different day. We're talking about Luminous Night today. Here's the bottle, beautiful cobalt blue kind of a bottle with golden nuances. Really liking it. Sprayers, really great. Dolce&Gabbana does it well here with atomizers. Now the smell is quite different and unique from any one of the D1s that I have tried thus far. We'll get to it in just a second. Again, the bottle is going to be this beautiful cobalt blue, and information at the base, including the code, the batch code and serial number, as well as you should find it at the base of the actual beautiful luminous blue box that we have. See what I did there? I just sprayed this little tester strip here to talk about the initial blast. The initial blast of this fragrance is going to be very different. Well, let me rephrase that. It'll retain that original ambery, dried fruits, sweet, kind of tobacco-ish DNA that we have from the original and all the different flankers, with the exception of maybe gray, which goes into a different direction. But in spite of having that, I also get something that's a little bit sharp and scratchy, something that gives me a vibe of something a little bit medicinal, almost like there's an oud infusion here, but not really pungent, but a little bit medicinal, if you will. This is a woody oriental spicy fragrance, and the nose behind this one here is going to be the same nose of all the other flankers of the one, Jean-Christophe Hérault. The opening is a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, a little bit scratchy. Again, I get a little bit of oud kind of a feel here. Something is giving off a rather medicinal feel, and it's definitely slightly peppery, but I like it. It's very unique, and it reminds me of something that maybe Montal or Mancera would release. Within 15 minutes or so, it will get a little bit brighter and a little bit smoother. The dates will really kick in, which will add this creaminess and sweetness to the fragrance, very fruity as well. The dried fruits nuance that we talked about is definitely going to be giving off by those dates, the presence of the date fruits. You also have a kind of minty vibe given off by geranium here, which really brightens the composition slightly, but not overly. It's still a sweet and creamy and a little bit dark composition. It's a little bit bright given that geranium note, but it still remains the peppery accord, which is a little bit sweet from the dates, and it's definitely more on the darker side and the sweeter side than anything else. It's really not something that's going to give you a lot of citruses, no bergamots or lemons or limes. It's more of an oriental / almost gourmand kind of a scent. You do have an herbal feel in the middle of the fragrance, in the heart of the scent, given by the note of clary sage. Perhaps there's a little bit of basil in here. There's definitely some green herbal nuances to the fragrance, which makes this not overly sweet, but still sweet with the dates. The dates are really the key player and the star player of this composition, but gives off a little bit of a more mature vibe or refined quality with those herbal components. And to be quite honest with you, my favorite part of this fragrance and development is definitely the dry down. I have the dry down here on my skin. The dry down is definitely the highlight. You have this gorgeous incensey kind of a vibe, which adds a slight smokiness to the fragrance, along with sandalwood and the amber that we all come to love and we all became accustomed with Dolce&Gabbana The One fragrances. It's gonna have that Middle Eastern vibe, that sweet and spicy, almost dark component to the fragrance, but really catering to the Western world. It's not gonna be animalistic, but it's gonna be a little bit medicinal in the beginning. So a lot of people may scratch their noses and not really love the composition in the first 15 minutes or so. But let me tell you, if you wait 15, 20 minutes from the heart into the dry down, the magic will begin, and this becomes a really, really nice composition. I love the dry down because I would describe it in 3 words: rich, spicy, and refined. So the base gets really nice, and like I said in the beginning, it reminds me of something that perhaps Mancera or especially Mancera, something that because Montales tend to be a little bit more animalistic and pungent. I would say definitely close to a Mancera, release, because this has a really nice, refined, and more, warmer and cozy, rich feel to it. I think that Montale fragrances can be a little overbearing, a little bit pungent. This is not that. It really, really becomes rich, opulent, and refined in the base. Performance is extremely beastly with this fragrance. It pushes very strong for the first 2 to 3 hours. It's one of those really strong and room-filling type of fragrances. You don't need more than 3 to 4 sprays, and I would caution you not to overspray because it is very sweet. And that beginning, it's a little bit harsh, so you may scare some people away. So go easy on the trigger there. 2 to 3 should be more than enough. It pushes really strong for the first 2 to 3 hours. Longevity was way above 8 hours. If you spray your clothes, I would not spray this area here in your neck. I would go below. Your clothes is great. It will last 8 to 10 hours, no problem. And the sillage here is most definitely above average. Performance, not an issue here, guys. Definitely a fragrance for evening wear, dressier occasions. You can't pull this off during the day if you go into an event. I think this has a very special quality, as I found with every one of those exclusive releases, whether it's the Royal, the Mysterious Night, or this one. It's got that beautiful oriental, spicy, Middle Eastern vibe to the fragrance, so great for dressier occasions, evening wear, perfect for those type of settings and occasions. If you're someone out there that enjoys spicy and oriental type scents, even a lady will be able to pull this off beautifully. I don't think this is mostly a masculine fragrance. Of course, there's no gender in fragrances. You can wear whatever the heck you want. But just from the review standpoint here, this is released toward masculine. I definitely think a lady can pull this off beautifully, especially if you like fragrances of this genre. You're gonna love this fragrance because it is, like I said, very refined, spicy, and warm at the base. And if I had to pinpoint a season, I would pinpoint fall and winter as the best times for this fragrance. But if you control the trigger, you can wear this all year round for sure. My final thoughts on Dolce&Gabbana The One, Luminous Night. This is a very, very good release from 2021. Not my favorite from the One line. I still love the One Eau de Parfum. I'm a big fan of the Gentleman, which is, to me, the most underrated from this collection, the most mature of the line, with a beautiful patchouli base. Reminds me of Lidge. I've talked about that fragrance immensely. It's discontinued, but you can still find it today. From the Royal Collection, or the exclusive collection, I do enjoy Royal Night the best, with this one here being a close second, and Mysterious Night just a little bit too animalistic for my taste at the third spot. Really nice, worth checking out at the very least. You guys should definitely try it, at least get a decant, put it on skin, try it. I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. This is different than anything that's out there in your designer realm of things. And like I said, only available at Harrods of London right now, but should be hitting discounters very soon. Again, check out fragrancebuy.ca, new arrivals. I'm sure they're gonna get this very, very soon, and you guys can pick this up for a very discounted price. $150, $160 right now, perhaps worth the wait, but definitely a must try in my opinion, guys. Again, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you guys enjoy the content, if you guys enjoy new releases, top videos, everything that I do for you guys on a weekly basis here on the channel, please do show your support. Leave me a like, touch the subscribe button for more, and of course, turn on your notification bell icon so you get videos like these all the time, because you guys know it, I keep you in the know. That's what I do here, and I of course appreciate your support. As always, remember guys, fragrance is emotion. It's an extension of who you are, so choose your fragrance wisely and wear it well. I'll see you guys right back here again very soon. Take care.